Welcome to Inspire Live Classes, Assignment 1 of 10th class. See the first question. Define Euclid's division lemma and find the HCF of 1651 and 2032 using Euclid division lemma. You have to remember the statement completely. What is Euclid division lemma? For any given positive integers, a and b, there exists a pair of integers. P and Q. There exists a pair of integers P and Q such that A is equal to BQ plus R, where 0 less than or equal to R less than B. A is equal to BQ plus R, 0 less than or equal to R less than B. Using this Euclid division lemma, we have to find out HCF of 1651 and 2032. See, already I told you, better to find out HCF first of all using division method. 1651 and 2032. See, how many times 1 times 1651? So this is 1 and this is 8 and this is 3. Now again 1651. So how many times this is? Maybe 4 times. One check it. 4 1 are 4, 4 8 are 32. Right, 4 times. 4 1 are 4, 4 8 are 32, 4 3 are 12, 15. So this is 7 and this is 2. Okay, and this is 1. So 381. How many times? 3 times. Okay, na? Do division method separately. Now see, dividend is equal to divisor into quotient plus remainder. Now the procedure using Euclid division lemma. Dividend is equal to divisor into quotient plus remainder. Again new dividend. So dividend is equal to divisor into quotient plus remainder. Dividend is equal to divisor into quotient plus remainder. Now remainder 0, so HCF is equal to 127. Actually you have to write these steps only, but if you know this, it is easy to write. Okay, that's why I told you to do long division method also. Right? Okay, dividend is equal to divisor into quotient plus remainder. So dividend is equal to divisor into quotient. Now new dividend 1651 is equal to divisor into quotient plus remainder, like that. Okay, now HCF is equal to 127. Right, now see the second question. Use the Euclid division lemma to show that the cube of any positive integer is of the form 9m plus 1 or 9m plus 8. See, by Euclid division lemma, let n is equal to 3q plus r, where 0 less than or equal to r less than 3. Where 0 less than or equal to r less than 3. Now, for r is equal to 0, n is equal to 3q, n cube is equal to 27q cube. This can be written as 9 into 3q cube, nothing but 9 for some m. Okay, now for r is equal to 1, n is equal to 3q plus 1, find out n cube using a plus b whole cube formula. A cube plus b cube plus 3a square b plus 3ab square. Now this can be written as 9 into 3q cube plus 3q square plus 1 cube plus 1. So this can be written as 9m plus 1. Similarly, for r is equal to 2, n is equal to 3q plus 2. So n cube is equal to, what is n cube? 27q cube plus 8 plus 3a square b. So 54q square plus 3ab square. So 3ab square. So 12. See, 3 3s are 9, 9 4s are 36q. This can be written as 9 into 3q cube plus 6q square plus 4q plus 8, nothing but 9m plus 8. 9m plus 8. So finally conclude that cube of any positive integer is of the form 9m or 9m plus 1 or 9m plus 8. Finally write the conclusion also. Cube of any positive integer is of the form 9m or 9m plus 1 or 9m plus 8. Now see the third one. How will you show that 17 into 11 into 2 plus 17 into 11 into 5 is a composite number? See, once observe here, take 11 into 17 into 11 common, then 2 plus 5. This can be written as 17 into 11 into 7. If we write any positive integer, any natural number in the form of product of two primes, product of two or more primes, then it is a composite number. If we write any natural number in the form of product of two or more prime numbers, then it is a composite number. See, already we express this as product of three different prime numbers also. That's why this is a composite number. Okay. Is product of three different prime numbers. Three different prime numbers. So it is composite number. So it is composite number. So it is composite number. If any natural number can be represented as product of two or more prime numbers, then it is composite number. Okay, so it is composite number. See the fourth one. Without performing actual division, we have to say that the given rational number is terminating or non-terminating repeating decimal. See, important note. When the given rational number is in simplest form, if the denominator is either power of 2 or power of 5 or both, either power of 2 or power of 5 or both, then it is terminating decimal. Then it is terminating decimal. Otherwise non-terminating repeating decimal. Otherwise non-terminating repeating decimal. Now check the first question. 13 by 250. Simplest form is GCD of numerator and denominator is 1. It is in simplest form only. Now see how to write denominator. Can you write the denominator as a power of 2 or power of 5 or both? Anything? Check it. So this is 5 cube into 2 only. Therefore terminating decimal. Terminating decimal. Now see the second question. 3 by 375. Observe here. Actually GCD of numerator and denominator is not 1. First simplify it. Now check whether the denominator is in the form of power of 2 or power of 5 or both or not. Okay. Now this is 1 by 5 cube. Power of 5. Therefore terminating decimal. Terminating decimal. Okay. Right. Now see the fifth one. How can you justify the following statements? How can you justify means you have to give some examples. Right. The sum of two irrational numbers need not be irrational. The sum of two irrational numbers need not be irrational. See, example 2 plus root 3, 2 minus root 3. Add them. 2 plus root 3 plus 2 minus root 3 is equal to 4. Rational. So statement 1 is true. Okay, sum of any two irrational numbers need not be irrational. Now see the statement 2 also. Product of two irrational numbers need not be irrational. Consider the same example. So 2 plus root 3 into 2 minus root 3. This is a plus b into a minus b. So a square minus b square. So 4 minus 3, that is equal to 1. Rational. Okay. So statement 2 also correct. So product of any two irrational numbers need not be irrational. How to justify means give examples. That's all. Okay. Thank you.